How did you book Def Jam?
This gonna be on some hater shit. All right, fuck it. This
Go
the
for
truth.
it.
Nah, man. Bob Sumner who's the person at Def Jam. They weren't feeling me. They just weren't feeling me. Me or Lavelle Crawford, or there was a couple comics. It was like, wait a minute, as strong as anybody else in this bitch, and just was kept, saying, yeah. He was like, I did the Bay Area Black Comedy Competition, and I won my round. And he came over and he's like, yeah, I'm from the streets, but I'm smart too, and I just don't think the Def Jam crowd will get you. And my thought was, nigga, why you trying to talk to me all sexy? What you doing? Are you licking your lips, nigga? Like, yo, I'm from the streets. I'm like, hey, man, hey. So I just never got a shot at it at first. And then Russell Simmons saw me on a show with Talent, comic named, by the way, out of New York, a legend in
one
New York.
Of the legends too, one of the greats.
Talent put me on a show, and it was me and Rob Stapleton and a couple other comics.
Beast.
And I had one of those. You know how you have one of those sets where you go, yeah, that was fire. And I sat there thinking about, damn, every one of those bits worked. And Russell was there and asked me, why haven't you done my show? I said, you tell me. Your talent coordinator saw me. And so, yeah, and then I was on the show. Like, literally, Russell was like, that's it, you're on the show. And then I think that they thought I went around their back, like, oh, you going behind my back. I'm like, no, nigga, if my kid not supposed to eat because you don't think I'm funny, which is fine. But if I'm in a room full of 900 motherfuckers
and they think I'm
800
funny,
of them laughing and 100 ain't laughing, I'm winning. I'm just not funny to you.
You, absolutely.
And I hate motherfuckers that feel like you got to be funny to them. If you're a good businessman and you see, like, I don't particularly like Jerrod Carmichael stand up. And that's not me hating on him. Just like I don't like certain rappers that I go, hey, like, what's that white girl? Or I hated her for a while because she got on because she's from Australia, but
Iggy Azalea.
Was it Iggy Azalea?
Yeah, the white girl, the rapper with the big booty,
with the big ass.
Yeah, that's Iggy Azalea.
I was like, yo, she's basically just, she's getting over because it's the same old shit. She's getting over because of that. At least Eminem, I was like, yo, he got bars. He can spit.
Straight up.
She was like, she was. So it doesn't mean that I don't want her not to eat or I want the bitch to be pushed down some steps. I was like, no. I just like, no. And I just, damn, that was
a just came out.
Damn. Why'd I say that shit? Maybe some shit from my past. That was fucked up. I don't want the bitch, in a bar raped by a bunch of niggas. Like,
you don't want that.
Why did I use that reference? Of all shit. Yeah, I don't want to punch in the vagina with a steel glove. I don't like. But no,
they sell steel gloves. Where they sell them at? They sell them.
Oh no, they the ones that you don't know they got steel gloves. You know how I found out about this? There was a nigga that used to go collect money up in the Bronx, and lumberjacks use these gloves that are steel. So when they fuck up, it don't cut through their hand. I'm like, why do you know about this? First, he says, yeah, it's because when you beat a nigga with steel gloves, they definitely get up off their money. I'm like, get away from me.
Medieval shit right there.
Yeah, that's like, isn't that something like the fact you had to do research? What do lumberjacks wear? Oh, steel gloves. That'll be good in my extortion fucking job. Like, if I need to knock niggas out, yeah, they're metal mesh gloves with fucking metal on the knuckle and all kind of shit, and each one got metal. I was like, God damn it. So I don't know why I referenced that shit. Now it's like, oh, damn. But nah, man, it was crazy the fact that I even won, got on the show, and then I did good. And then after that, Russell was cool as shit with me. And that's how I ended up fucking with the poets, because he knew I was in the poetry scene, because he heard me spit and was like, yo, you actually a good poet. I'm like, yeah, I did. I was still doing that at the same time. And then it got me to host a show called One World Music Beat, which was Russell Simmons' One World Music Beat. I was the host of that for like 3 years. Hip hop, it was basically people in hip hop that were making the transition to acting.
Hey, this is something I just thought about. As an older comedian,
Yeah.
When you see a comedian like a Jerrod Carmichael, someone that you don't think is particularly funny as his stand up.
No, let me correct that. I don't dislike Jerrod Carmichael, the man.
Right. You're saying
I just feel like you have to get laughs. Fuck all that new age shit where you 10 minutes you on stage in an hour and you ain't getting no laughs. And then you advertise your show saying you didn't laugh, but it made you think. I make motherfuckers think and laugh. You can do both. Chris Rock does both. I can keep going on and on with comics that can do both. Okay? You can make somebody think about some deep shit and be funny as a motherfucker. And so that's not, no. And so, in fact, I remember me and my ex of mine was sitting there watching his special, and about 10 minutes went by. We looked at each other. It's like, is the audience not laughing too? Is it just us? And we looked at the little timer on the bottom, and the audience, no, there wasn't no laughs. And I go, how the fuck you get on HBO with no laughs? Or I watched this comic, Just Hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And
Instagram.
I was sitting in the back and go, man, I wish I could have had a following like her. She's amazing on her following. And I watched her do stand-up though, and I'm being honest. She ate a bag of dicks on stage. It was a bushel of cock.
A bushel of cock. Where you saw her live? Or this was a taping?
Live.
Where at?
I saw her live at a show up in Northern California.
Gotcha.
And I was sitting there going, am I missing the point? And then I watched a couple other comics, but there's a lot of young comics I like a lot. So I'm not a hater on that. My thing is get laughs. You gotta get laughs. You got to. You can't be one of those comics, oh, the silence, I embrace the silence. Fuck that. No. I'm old. Now that make me old school as shit. And all the comics and anybody listening to this shit, yes, I'm old school. You have to be able to actually make motherfuckers laugh. And if you get half your set is silence, and I mean silence, then you ain't there yet. Get back in the lab, work on your shit. And HBO's put out some garbage specials.
So not only that, the other part of that question was when you see somebody like a Jerrod get on, how do you feel as an older
Look at this young motherfucker making money. I can't stand this nigga. God damn it, just be jealous. You nigga, let me tell you, you young motherfucker. Uncle Stabby is gonna come over your house and show you how a knife works, nigga. No, I don't get it. You like when I see somebody? No, my first thing is it's kind of racist because I go, I'm love to see black people getting money. I know that's fucking bad. Like if they get money over white people, I go, well, we deserve it. We dealt with so much bullshit. We deserve. So even if it's somebody I don't like I don't like Leslie's stand up, but I'm happy for her getting money and feeding her family and being a millionaire. I don't like Leslie's stand up.
Leslie Small.
Leslie, big Les. Leslie.
Right.
But I don't dislike her. She don't like me because I say shit like that. There's a lot of motherfuckers that don't like my stand-up.
Now Leslie might be able to beat your ass now.
Yeah, that's true. She got hands. I don't know. We both same size. She give me with a couple, and I'm old. Like the first couple rounds, I get you, but then I run out of.
When she start doing all this shit, you know what I'm saying?
Her head start bobbing. I'm like, God damn, I can't get a beat on her. But no, I was happy for her from the standpoint of a black woman getting money. So when it's a young comic, they get on, I'm happy for them. The reason I was happy for you, because I was like, I know you put in the work. I saw you put in the work on stage, so I respect that. There's a comic that I saw on Netflix. I didn't saw him before that. Big Fro, why does his name escape me right now? Big Fro, young cat.
Black?
Huh?
He a black dude?
Black comic. Not a big fro, but he got a fro. Yeah, he's black. Can't remember his name right now. But
yeah,
it'll come to me.
No,
but I was happy for him. I was happy for any comic I see that gets put on that's black in this business because I know how hard it is. And I don't feel I don't have any jealousy. It's not jealousy of their fame or anything at all. I've never been jealous of nobody. Like me and Godfrey are real good friends, and we've known each other a long time, and he's killing it right now. And I have nothing but happiness for him. Like, if you get 16 movies, I'm like, good for you. I'm like, you know what? Hires deserves that shit. Be putting the work in. So I don't never feel bad. Never feel bad. Now I've critiqued, you know, when somebody asked me, like I didn't diss Leslie personally. And I got some people said I was the most hated person in LA for a day because somebody asked me about Jerrod, they asked me about Quincy Jones.
I would love to hear your thoughts on Quincy Jones.
Yeah, he was an open micer at best. He shouldn't have been doing an hour special. He should have did a half-hour special.
Oh, you talk about Quincy Jones, the one with cancer.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and it wasn't about his cancer, and I got that. I mean, people say, you know, you're dissing him. I said, no. The reviews of his hour special that Ellen helped him get, this is major comedy writers said. It was like watching a Make-A-Wish Foundation special. I mean, they were killing him. And I agreed. He was minimal at best. At best. And that's an insult because HBO is supposed to be the NFL of what we do. It's supposed to be the top of what we do. You got to give motherfuckers that's fire for HBO. And he wasn't. He wasn't ready. And it's not a diss. He just wasn't ready. And somebody asked me about...
I'm listening. My bad. I'm listening.
Somebody asked me about Leslie because she got this controversy from Saturday Night Live. But she did this shit, and I said, yeah, the shit was mad coonish. I mean, good for her. She on Saturday Night Live. She buying
what she did that was coonish, just her acting?
Something she did a thing about, if I was a slave, I'd be the number one pick slave.
Oh, I remember that.
And there was part of me was like, I know that's from her act. I get it. But I thought it was coonish in her act. To me. And I kept saying to everybody that was arguing with me, I had about 900 motherfuckers on 900 easy, like messages on Facebook at the time. And then they asked me about Jerrod. I said, Jerrod is clever, but you gotta get laughter too. And you gotta get laughter too. I don't care if industry are embracing him. That don't mean shit to me. It's real, recognizing real. You know what I'm saying? I work around too many motherfucking monsters that's not getting a shot. And it's insulting.